Okay, I'm gonna get started. We're gonna call this meeting to order. Are there any changes to the agenda?
I'm just seeing the tandem truck repair and the gravel crushing quotes.
Yep.
And I'm wondering if those should go in tandem with Jen's finance memo.
So we can kind of just do it all together a little bit. Okay. We can do that. And any public comment other than what you're here to talk about? Okay. Well, let's talk about Act 181. Do you want to come up so that way the Justin can hear you? I'm sorry. And you get a comfy chair.
Yeah. So I'm here representing Planning Commission along with two other Planning Commission members. We talked about Act 181. I don't know how familiar everybody is with it, but it kind of was snuck in. And tier 2, 3 and the road rule weren't even mentioned until just recently. That's why there's the big uproar now. Vermont is the most rural state in the country. Now what that means is 66% of our population live in rural areas. No other state has that. Not one person from that rural area was at the table when this was made. And so the only people that were there were environmental groups. It robs personal property rights, takes them away, in my opinion.
Especially in rural areas.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Oh, yeah. Tier 1B, I think, is great.
Agreed.
But that's not how that was presented to us by the Lamoille County Planning Commission. It came Tier 1B, this is the Housing Bill, Act 181. No mention of Tier 2 or 3 or the road rule when they were here.
Yeah, they didn't.
And,
Did they must have, no.
no, of course,
Of course it did.
it was my opinion, they're told not to present it that way. So as of right now, there's 14 towns that have written a letter in opposition to it. I have a list of them here. There's 2 more that I know of that are working on letters, Sheldon and Swanton. Last week, Essex Town, Colchester, and Charlotte rejected Tier 1B because of their opposition to the rest of the bill, which Essex is big.
Yeah.
And there's a Facebook page that has only been in the works for 3 weeks, and there's over 10,000 members on it already that are in opposition to it, and it's growing every day. So, I guess I'm here to ask the select board to write a letter, if they feel it should be written. I'm in opposition to it. A lot of other people are. I know Deanna Judkins was gonna be here, but she's sitting on the couch because she had knee surgery.
Yep. I talked to
She is completely against it.
Yeah.
And anybody that owns any larger parcel,
Exactly.
It's-
Landowners. Yeah.
it doesn't allow, and I'll give you an example. My father, 7 years ago, made a 5-lot subdivision. 3 of those lots were for grandkids
Yeah.
at a cheaper value. The other one sold at market value. If this was in place, never would have happened. It probably would have cost him $150,000 because the road's 1,800 feet long. It would have cost him a lot because A&R would have been there saying, this is a wetland, that's a wetland, oh, give us some money and then you can build it. And he probably would have never done it.
Yeah.
And it's those kind of situations that irritate me. It's just, I'm a firm believer in private property rights, always have been, always will be. And I just don't
taking
think
that
you can
away.
conserve land by making regulations to stop people from rebuilding, not without compensating them.
Yeah.
You can't. And I have conserved land. I've sold development rights on some of our land, but that was our choice.
Correct.
And we were compensated for it.
There you go.
And this is not people's choice, and it's not even when they weren't at the table. Nobody from the rural area was at the table when they made this law at all. No groups, no farm bureau wasn't there, which represents every farm in the state.
Which would have
They
been.
weren't asked to be
land,
there. Well, the conservation districts, we have 14 conservation districts in the state. They're doing a conservation law. Why wouldn't you ask the supervisors of those 14 conservation districts? Not one of them. And I'm on the board of Memorial. Not one of those supervisors were asked to chime in on any of the conservation at all. And they've been doing work in Vermont for 85 years. So it's driven by personal agendas.
Yep.
In my opinion. it needs to be axed. I think they're trying to get the tier 3 and the road rule axed. I think all 181 ought to be axed and start over, my opinion. That's just my opinion.
Bring the right people to the table to have discussions.
Yep, but it's gonna be a battle to get it repealed.
Yeah.
I think especially in my opinion, and what I've done for resources, we have zoning in this town. It
Correct.
protects our people. I mean, that's a huge thing for us.
Well, and we talked about that at our last meeting, that's gonna throw our zoning out.
It might be exactly.
The rural areas, our zoning isn't gonna mean a thing.
It's not going to matter what we say.
It's not gonna mean a thing at all. So all the hard work of volunteers over 30 years means nothing in those areas.
Exactly.
And the thing that's irritating is they pass this law and they don't even have the map final. They don't even have stuff finalized and they pass a law. How can they even do that? They're just gonna do it later. You know how that's gonna turn out. They're gonna do whatever they want. So I guess that's my pitch.
And so if we choose to do a letter, should we
Well, either it should be
give this
addressed
to
to our,
you or?
it should be addressed to our
Like
local
these-
representatives and also I think the Speaker of the House
Yep.
and the Lieutenant Governor.
Yep.
They should be addressed to it at minimum, but you can go on that Act 181 Facebook page and you see every letter from every town.
Oh, okay. Oh,
And so it kind of,
Actually, I got so far every letter.
This is a really good law.
because there's some of them that
This one's
address them to
really
more
good.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I read brochures today.
And another thing, there was a lister from Berkshire said, what's gonna happen is that if this all goes through, all the rural land, the land value is gonna plummet. And where are you gonna make up the difference? All the houses are gonna skyrocket. Everybody's house taxes are gonna go through the roof because they're gonna pay for the difference of all that rural land going down in value. Because it's the only people who are gonna build in that land is rich people
Right.
that have the money to pay Act 250.
Yeah.
That's the only ones.
It's not, and when you say that Act 250, that's one of the things that they've been arguing is, well, the Act 250 application is pretty cheap. What they don't understand is it's not the Act, it's not the Act 250
It's stuff
application.
afterwards.
It's everything, or getting there.
Yeah.
It's
What they make you do.
the design. fees.
Right, yeah.
Your
Yeah.
engineering fees, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, the permit's cheap,
Yes.
really.
And your time, you'd be setting up some of these permits.
Yeah, it could take you 3 years to build a house. And then once it's in Act 250, if they decide your property should be in Act 250, you want to build a house and then 3 years later you want to build a garden shed, guess where you're going to go? Act 250 to build a 200 square foot garden shed.
I think it's a scary thing for farmers.
I know.
It's bad. And the Sierra Club has said that it's the most aggressive conservation restrictions in the country that Vermont is doing right now. They're behind it 100%. Sierra Club is.
Interesting.
But we shouldn't have national organizations making our rules here in Vermont. It's our state.
Yeah.
And that's what the letter from Charleston said. In their letter is pretty harsh.
Is it?
They said, this is our state. It's not anybody else's. Leave us alone.
Yeah.
And
Is there an option for the town to opt out of it? Right, if the town opts out, you can accept a fine. Is that my understanding?
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know about the whole, you can opt out of 1B. I think the tier 3 and the road rules would be in place regardless.
Yeah, I think they're pushing that. That's just past
Well,
the state, right?
another example, the tier 3 is supposed to be the steepest slopes and the most ecological dangerous areas. But yet ski areas got passed. Wonder why that is. Money.
Of course. Of course. Okay.
So that's where I am with that.
Okay. Awesome. Does anyone have any other comments on it? Opinions?
There's a lot of information on that Facebook page. It's just punch in Act 181 and the Facebook page will come up and it has a lot of info on it.
Should we have Alex work up a letter?
I support it. I think they support it. I think the planning commission will review it as well.
Yes, work together
Yeah, I
for
mean, we should
sure.
have Eric at least sign it as our chair.
Absolutely. Yeah.
He can't He couldn't be here today.
Yeah, he's in surgery.
Okay. Jeez.
I think if there's unanimous consent that folks are feeling like Act 81 in its entirety is not a good thing for Vermont, we could make it official with a motion
Probably should.
that we will be drafting a letter in opposition.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
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 Thank you.
Opposed, abstained. Awesome, thank you very much.
And just to expand on that, we can pull out of Tier 1B at any time, according to LCPC.
That's right.
So while we have gone through the application phase and we're part of a consortium with that application, we don't have to accept the Tier 1B status. We know that it'll be good for North Hyde Park,
Right.
which is where it's isolated.
The only problem with that is.
I know.
That is a good portion. If it goes through, it makes it even harder for even that area, but.
But overall, the 181 doesn't do Hyde Park Village any good because their infrastructure is already at its max and we all know they got no money.
Right.
So they aren't gonna expand that at all.
It just potentially grows our grand list. But I think if enough towns use that as leverage, say, hey, we don't agree with the rest of Act 181, we're pulling out of Tier 1B, even though it would be a good thing for our community. That sends a message to Montpelier that says you need to get back into this bill and redraft it. So not saying we should do it.
Yeah.
We all pay enough taxes here in this town as it is. And like I said, it's one of my biggest reasons why I came here. It's a tough ask, but basically just staring at all our constituents and saying, tough one. So,
Right.
And we already lose enough residents as it is because we can't afford to live here. It's gonna be worse for us.
It is gonna get worse. Yeah, I agree. Okay. Wow.
And who seconded that motion?
Lance.
Thank you.
Okay. So maybe,
Brian, when do you meet next?
Second Tuesday?
First Tuesday.
First Tuesday.
First.
Tuesday every month.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe I think it's.
okay. Oh, it's margarita night. Okay, cool. Okay, well, thank you very much. Okay, boys want to come on out? How are you? Sick of plowing?
Stick of plowing?
It's all
haven't
done.
had too much lately.
Good. No, it's all done.
All the rain.
I hope so, because most of our plows and wings are all painted and put away.
Perfect. So if it does, everyone's gonna stay home.
Right. So just a quick report. So we've done, like I said, just cleaned up some of our plows and wings. We're gonna put away. Changed the culvert up from Garfield the other day. We did the one in Boulder Construction, the one at Hong Kong that was flooding the camps. We been working on cleaning up some of the intersections. And we've put stuff in between.
Perfect. And fix the culvert at the Beavers Jam.
Right. And I want to talk a little bit on the, which I didn't know nothing about, our part-time guy got cut out of this year's budget. Which was our mower guy, or we always had tried to have somebody that can run a tandem with a CDL. Which that would be used a lot for like a flood event. We spend like $20 an hour for an employee compared to $120 for the truck. Well, last year, our roadside mowing cost the town about $4,500. And this year, all there was an employee, so we're back into a 4-man crew, so 1 month and about a week.
It's usually 6
So,
weeks, right?
We're
Probably.
kind of going backwards now.
I thought that was part of the agreement to a fifth man company.
I knew you were
No.
gonna ask that question.
That was,
I knew you were gonna ask that question.
I remember there being the discussion about it.
no, because we hired the fifth man a while ago and we've had mowing.
Just
My
look at the
dad.
back- I got highlighted just the section.
Right?
The discussion started, what, 2019?
About a fifth man.
Because we,
Yeah, when it started.
we pulled the mowing position from the budget for the.
Oh, I made it seem like you were losing another person on.
Oh, no.
Okay, sorry.
So are you telling us you want $4,500 to have a mowing position?
Well, I think I think it's very wise for the taxpayers to have it in there, because not every flood event is a FEMA event. So if you're hiring trucks at $120 an hour, I think it's a lot cheaper to try to get somebody, a part-timer. You know, if there was a $15,000 budget, we spent like 45, just say $5,000 out of it.
Yep,
It's not getting abused, obviously. It
right.
How much you spend on it?
was less than 5,000, 4,500.
But you're saying you want the extra for if there was an event.
So that's what it was always there for,
Yeah.
that guy. Or sometimes we use that guy we'd run all our trucks to haul sand. This, we got one guy in the pit on the loader, one guy in the back with him here. We got a truck sitting, so it's wiser to.
You want your mower to have, I am not following this time, sorry. You want your
So the
mower
part-timer,
to.
the $15,000 budget was for the guy did a roadside mowing every year.
Yep.
And we've always had a part-time driver, or try to have a part-time.
So it's almost two positions in one.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah.
Within that budget.
Thank you. Sorry.
The number, I mean, you never know, hopefully, as long as I'm here, I'm never gonna have to do another flood event. I've done 5. But that's what that was there for. It's really better for the taxpayers than spending $120 an hour for a truck that may not be reimbursed by FEMA, because we've had times McKinstry Hill got hit, nowhere else in the county got hit, nowhere else in the county. Jones Road got hit up over. But it wasn't a FEMA event. So when that being said, it's a lot smarter for the town to have that money and somebody to run one of our trucks instead of hiring that $100 more an hour.
I think, I mean, the budget's kind of done what it's done.
Right.
So we have to go through with it. So I think we like see what this year looks like and say, if we hope, and just see where we're at. And
I just feel we're setting ourselves up for a huge increase down the road. If the way we're going, the way we're trying to really tighten things up, you know, the chloride just went up 8 cents a gallon. I'm already up the budget for that, which I'm trying to figure out how and why. Silica, as Matt can say, is one of the biggest talks about things right now, first, like stabilization, everything. I don't understand how we can continue cutting or trying to keep everything down where we're at without coming back to haunt the town down the road. Don't want to see.
Have you, I'm just curious. It's still early. We don't know how our budget this year is going to land. Have you looked at that?
It's not good so far, it's not good. It's on my side, it's not good.
I don't want to hear that.
We're gonna talk about that though.
I'm worried about
So-
this year.
Me too.
Oh, okay.
That's one of the, I respect him 100%, but there's, him and I are going to disagree on something tonight.
Okay. Agree to disagree. Doesn't happen very often.
I mean,
So let's start the conversation. Where are you headed with
we have a
this?
$40,000 line item budget for travel.
Okay,
There's 9,000 yards sitting in our town pit.
okay.
I know we want to crush more. I know we need, that got crushed in 2024. We crushed 10,000 yards, there's 9,000 yards. So in 2 years, we use 1,000 yards. Now we're sitting on 9,000 yards. Why not cost contain, not crush 10,000 yards? I understand Garfield needs a little bit of work, but let's put 3,000 yards out there and have 6,000 yards in our pit. We've got 2 more years to sit on it. It's not chocolate, it's not going to waste, it's not cheese, it doesn't rot. And then he has some money to spend. Give him that $40,000 line item to spend what he needs on all those overages.
I'm going to disagree with you too. I don't think we should not crush, but
Well, you're-
we can crush less, but I don't think we should not crush at all.
You just went 24 months. You used
I
10%
understand
of what
that.
you didn't crush.
I understand that.
So why do we have to crush? If it's all sitting there, 100% of what we want to crush right now is sitting there.
How
Why
much
do we
are you
not crush?
going to, how much are you going to
So
use?
what Matt's saying, so I usually try to hold it to the end so I do my surfacing, because we're doing it
Okay.
for 2 years. So if I have another Halloween storm, that pile gets a hell of a dent in a hurry.
I'm not
And in the
disagreeing.
past, as I said, and I don't know if it ever, I don't think it all went back when Dave gone in, this FEMA money should have went back into crushing.
No, I agree with
Charged it
that.
out. That all should have went back to crushing. And I don't know if it all did, but everything that's came out and got built to FEMA should have been built back, and it wasn't intended to go there, period.
So what's the pile that's there right now? Where is
So the
that
pile-
going? What is that going to be used
So
for?
we're gonna rebuild our stockpile up to shop.
Okay.
That's, yeah.
So
That doesn't mean that that goes away though.
doesn't,
Right.
no, but it's empty. I mean, it needs to be filled up.
Yeah, but that's not like gone, right? That's town still, a stockpile is still our stockpile.
Right, which is usually used for spring. That pile is usually used for spring, or not when the pitneys need one bucket, rolled into the shop, right now, like that. But I usually try to wait till this time of year to do the resurfacing, because what happens, so first thing we cross, and I put it all out in roads, and now we're gonna tell the taxpayers we're gonna go buy it?
I'm not saying you gotta buy it at all, but you're sitting on 9,000 yards and we've got 2 years. We
So-
haven't used it.
So this is where I'm saying the town's going backwards, so we're not gonna do it. I'm telling you, I'm gonna use it.
I understand, and this is where, so right now it feels $6 a gallon. And like, we talked about, why are we wanting to go throw 10,000 yards in the road? You guys have some of the best roads in, that's a prop to you. I've driven around the county. Craftsbury roads suck right now. I've driven, even Eden's got some stuff on. Our roads are not bad. I don't think we need to go throw 10,000 yards on our roads right now. Personally. I mean, I don't see, if we throw, what roads are you talking about resurfacing?
Fairfield, Longmore Hill,
How much do you talk about resurfacing? Like, I measured Garfield. If we,
you usually do about a 4-inch lift, usually.
so Garfield,
4 or 5 inches.
4 to 6.
and we just put all the guardrail down on Garfield, so now we're gonna be out of spec with our guard.
No, we're actually going further than that. From the tennis courts up through really needs to be,
The whole entire Garfield road, if we put down 3 inches, today I did the math on it, it's 4,000 yards. So now you're still sitting on 5,000 yards. This seems like we have a chance to, I'm talking, you're in a tough spot, right? You need to save money. Well, our job is to look at saving money right now. And we're talking about just saying, wow, we want to spend. Okay. Excuse my language, but that's how I'm feeling right now. You have some really important stuff that needs to get fixed, like a truck.
Yep.
Right? So it's the answer to go to the taxpayers and say, that's just what we want to do. And we got to spend this money and we're going to spend the money on a truck. Sorry, let's overspend.
And hire another guy.
and that's where I go, where I feel the budget is too tight. We shouldn't be talking, we should have the money for a truck. Back in the day, we've always had money for the truck, but I think we shrunk everything up. Look at what the labor costs have gone up, the emissions have gone up.
We hired a fifth man and the insurance went up, rates went up. That's what.
No, we shrunk the highway budget. I'm gonna call
This
it out.
year.
I know, but.
Right.
Not before that.
No, the new budget.
No, but I don't
Yeah.
feel that we've gone up where
Right,
inflation has gone up. We haven't stayed with it.
right.
Is where I'm coming from. That's why we're getting in this situation.
Well, and as a taxpayer, I'm having a hard time turning around. Like, so our job, instead of kind of be like, spend more money, it's where can we cut, right? I know we're efficient enough we can. Our roads are good enough that we don't have to put 6 inches on them every year. Or 3 inches, or like, we pave every road every year, you know what I'm saying? I personally don't think Garfield Road's in that bad of shape. I think you guys have done a hell of a freaking job. I think you redid a bunch of ditching last year. I've driven around all the roads. The roads are way better than they have been in the past. The
Put a
ditching,
grade away and see what he said about it. That's when it's pulled up the boulders and they're off.
I've driven behind it. Cooper Hill is the only one I've seen a bunch of rocks out of it.
You better not.
I was gonna say, that one got fixed.
That was during the flood.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how you better not be.
So if Garfield's 4,000, we're sitting on 9,000. You had mentioned a Halloween storm. How much would you go through in a big storm?
I don't remember what we went through. I have to go back to,
Was that a FEMA project?
yeah,
Yes.
well, a bunch of FEMA projects.
So theoretically, if we had to go source gravel that was not crushed, we would be reimbursed for purchasing that gravel.
Or we could pull it out of our bank run too. I mean, let's be
Yeah.
honest. If we had a FEMA event, we could pull it out of our bank.
But what I'm saying is not all these events are FEMA, so it's not like you're gonna get reimbursed.
Right.
There's no guarantee that
Yep.
they're gonna have a damage, because I've had plenty of times, like I said, on Kinstry Hill, that little section has been washed out.
Because there is a threshold where there needs to be a certain amount of communities affected to a certain percentage before FEMA is even involved in the conversation.
And it's a hard call because you're so busy. I don't know what it's doing down in Stowe.
Yeah.
I've got a window where I can call all the help I want, Well, I could cost the taxpayers a lot of money because I don't know if it's actually,
Right.
we have enough damage because I can't go right around and see what's going on in their communities. We're all busy here, you know,
Yeah.
so it's hard to.
And I think we might be on two ends of the spectrum here. One is let's save as much money as possible. And the other end of the spectrum is you're cutting money out of my budget. I'd offer that we're attempting to weather a storm. We've had significant percentage increases from diesel fuel to anything you could possibly look at for the last 5 years. 7, if you're including COVID.
And when that's what I'm saying, like,
So-
so right now, it's not a good time to go out and put on, and again, I totally respect if you need to do something, do something. I've been on the end of the board where I'm saying, don't micromanage your crap. I've been there, I've supported you, I get. I'm just saying right now, when I look at the pile that's sitting there, and then you've got diesel fuel $6 a gallon, I don't think it's the time to go send all our guys out there in the truck and go put it down the road and spend all this money, especially we have 1,800 gallons in the tank. And we're looking at, we know that tank, to fill that tank, you're talking $60,000 right now, right?
And we don't want to get so far behind with not purchasing gravel or not going out and spending money that we're going to degrade our roads for the next decade. But I do feel like it's an opportunity to pump the brakes and say, can we survive another year or two with this consolidated budget in hopes that costs come down, in hopes that things regulate?
Kind of just did, I mean, in my mind, maybe, I mean, you just said that he normally does it at the end of this
A 2-year cycle.
2-year cycle, finally, but I've spent a lot of time driving around the roads, and I don't think the roads are comparative, you're not doing that. But you also got a really nice new grader.
What's the turnaround time on crushing gravel? Like if we're sitting on 9,000, do we have to decide this now?
So your budget ends July 1st.
Right. But
So
like,
you gotta
if
decide.
there's like, I'm thinking about potential storm, if he does all the work that he's wanting to do and we go through half of what we've got stored, and if there's some shit storm and he has to do it again, what's the turnaround time on trying to get more gravel?
Yeah.
Is it like weeks? Is it,
Well, and Lance, the other piece of it is the companies will only mobilize for roughly 10,000 cubic yards.
Right.
Which if you flip to your executive summary,
That's
and you
what
can see
And-
the prices.
and people will mobilize for less money, but the mobilization costs, I can tell you, like moving my crushers costs me like $3,000 to get there. There's a super move, you know, because these crushers are bigger.
yeah.
So you gotta divide that over your yards. So,
That comes as a less, it's just gonna pay more.
yes, but so I'll share numbers because it's public. I go crushing in Williamstown and Barry every year. They give me 6,000 yards to crush. My number down there is 950 a yard. I crushed here in 2024 for, I gave a cheap number, it was like 575, I think it was then. And I'm going rate somewhere around 650 or whatever, it's $7. And I see a lot of proposals, so I can tell you that's pretty much roughly what it is. More still has a RFP out right now, Johnson has an RFP out for 10,000 yards right now.
So it's so let's just say $7 a yard to crush it. To buy it right now, going rate is $26.50 a yard.
Where's that number from?
Percy?
Versus number.
That's high.
It is high. The prices went up big time this year.
Yeah, 26.50 and a 23.53.
Get cheaper out of you. But again,
That was a cheaper price.
you can get it for cheaper at Harrison's. Our neighbor.
No, they can't crush. They're Act 250, don't have crusher. I just realized that. I didn't know that. I talked to them. They can't crush because they're Act 250 on that.
Give me some press recently, but I don't know, maybe it's not fresh. Straight up, whatever. I'm just saying in a year where we're setting on some money and we're battling some stuff, I think there's a chance to cost contain. And one of the things like it's tough to say, we just have to figure out what can we do? What is the answer? The answer just can't be, I'm ready to spend money and you're not giving me the money. So that's where like, I've been sitting on this board now and I came here to literally say, what can I do for the town people? I'm sick of spending money. Is there an opportunity? Is there something we can do? Because I can tell you right now, your line item is only 40,000, and I know there's some people that maybe offer going to crush less money. But I'm not saying take that away from you. Give it to you to. like $7 a yard, 10,000 yards is $70,000. So you're looking at to spend 10,000. Where's that $30,000 in that next line item? You know, we're already over. You have a truck right now. You spend $28,000. We're at a zero number on that one right now, so it's already overage. Are we looking at going to the town taxpayer and saying, "Give me $60,000"? I don't know. Is that what we're looking at?
Why are you looking at me?
It sounds like that's where we're heading, right?
That's what you're.
I mean, July 1's coming up, and if you're gonna go over 30,000 with your truck, and then you're gonna go over another 30,000, it'll be over $60,000. It just doesn't seem like, in my mind, it's a smart move right now.
Yes. This might be a good segue into finance memo, because she does have the financial scenarios for the highway department.
Hi, Jen. You want to pipe in?
Hi.
Did you hear Alex's thoughts on inviting you in to?
Yes, I did. Thank you. So
Go for it.
I did forecast for the highway department. It looks like the revenues, we might be over, are anticipated by like $600. Obviously, everything in this report, there's three months worth of expenditures to go and anything can happen, but revenues are pretty solid. There will be probably another grant revenue reimbursement request possibly before the end of the year, so that could change slightly. This is just stuff that I know currently. And so salaries, I did a scenario based on, averages of what's already been spent for the next 3 months. And so that's anticipated to be over budget by $2,800. In road maintenance, there's going to be a substantial amount of money left over in paving. And you guys already agreed to pave the North Hyde Park Eden Fire Station. That's estimate around $29,000. And then Alex had talked about a possible road study from GPI that could or could not hit this year's budget of $10,000. Chloride's overspent by $7,300. There's money left in road signs and town pit maintenance, crushed gravel. If we took, I'm assuming that we wouldn't spend over in this scenario, that we would just spend the 50 because I didn't have these quotes to work with. But overall, in like road maintenance, you've got 35,000 potential savings there. If the knowns happen, and play out the way that we're hoping. Garage expenses, there's really slight either surpluses or deficits, and overall that's estimated to be overspent by $1,400. Small equipment, I just put in what's been spent in the last 9 months as a possible expenditure for the next 3, leaving us potential for $2,600 there. Heavy equipment maintenance, if you were to purchase or repair the tandem per the quote that was given from Allegiance with an anticipated average of another $7,200 in heavy equipment maintenance, that would be overspent by $48,000. Insurance is looking like it'll be overspent by $2,900. And employee benefits, there's the potential for a savings of $20,600. Overall, the net is a possible $2,100 to the good.
That's not including his truck repair or crushing.
No, it's
That's,
included.
that's including the truck repair.
That's including the last truck repair?
That's
She
in-
put the Allegiance quote in here
Okay.
as a buff, as a,
what we don't have is Jason's truck, a quote for the repairs that are possibly
Jason's truck
happening.
is, no, just a hose.
That's awesome.
That should-
And-
But that's assuming
And
that
fuel
fuel's included.
is included.
fuel's
Yep,
included. in
it-
here.
it's
She put
projected.
one more fill up at 7,500 gallons at $5.
So it might push 5 a little bit depending on when we fill up. But that's not including the crushed gravel quotes in excess of 50,000.
Right.
We were assuming a $50,000 spend. Our lowest quote is 58,960. So
is
that
really
pushes
great,
you
Jen.
6,000 in the negative.
So if you're trying to save money, why are you hiring a company to come in and tell us what our roads look like?
We probably won't.
She put that in there. But why, if you were trying to cut money, why? would you
But that's coming out
hire
of,
a company to come in and tell us what our pavement looks like? We can tell you what it looks like.
Could.
that would be coming out of capital
Not any.
No, she took that
or
out of
small
paving.
roads.
She took that out of
Yeah.
paving.
Still, you're trying to save money, but you're hiring somebody.
That's where it was talked
The
about.
only reason why so when we talk about that, Brian, that's forecasted of what our roads look like in 10 years. So if there's a bridge or something that's failing now, we gotta start spending that money. So if we don't spend the money, it's exactly what Ryan's and Mark's talking about, or paving expense, if we're not planning on paving 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, and all of a sudden we're waiting for our roads to completely fail, then we're messed up. You know, there might be a box culvert. We're talking about $7,000. We're not talking about $70,000. We're talking about.
Well, that's your mowing position.
Yeah, but I think
Just
this is
saying.
important.
We're all gonna disagree on this tonight. Let's just be real, but it's okay.
Well, and
I got rid of the ones that they said $20 an hour, now you can pay one less.
Right.
$30 an hour plus our benefits. we don't wanna look like.
Well, are we already paying it though?
We can do everything. Ditching.
But one's an additional expense and one's not. That's what we're looking at, right?
I agree with
You
that.
say that things are gonna get neglected.
I feel like for $4,500, you can go and do a lot more work.
Well, let's take one item at a time. What do we need to make decisions on tonight? Because we
Truck
can
purchase,
talk about
or
this.
The truck purchase.
The truck repair.
Truck repair.
So let's talk about that and then, because we're just gonna keep talking and so we might as well start making some decisions.
And what's scary about is trying to hold that off in the next budget. One is I'm set up for failure for my next budget. We're out the bat. Two is we drove that down here in the winter. We haven't had a chance to clean it up. How much stuff can be seized up on it? Sitting there for 3 months. You know, I'm sure the brakes are gonna be,
This is the time of year we pressure wash our trucks and clean them up.
So we don't have any other quotes, just delete.
correct. We have not had a second opinion
they're all
on the
in
truck.
machines. You can't get it where they go.
Oh,
Place and go.
okay.
Competition.
Does Charlie Boys not do maintenance?
Okay,
They had 2 deals.
okay. And I apologize because I wasn't at the meeting when you guys discussed this, so if I'm asking questions.
What about Trevor Day? The kid down. That's all he's doing is submission stuff now. Why don't you just work the call? I'm not, yeah. Who? Trevor Day? Yeah. But he does a lot of like the end stuff.
I think this is all part of the John Deere lawsuit right now, where you gotta have their, and you're not allowed, you don't sell it up there, so.
Oh, because it's the new stuff. Yeah, I don't know. And I asked Alec,
They just paid out that lawsuit.
one of the questions I was asking is because there's an exempt of this emissions on some of these vehicles, and I'm pretty sure it's agriculture, it's service, it's like your army,
I just-
fire,
Yeah, but I just talked to somebody, I don't think it is for us.
and I don't know.
Should be.
I think it, I don't know.
Army definitely should be, because you're sitting down
Town
for
should be too.
an hour with the big burn off. That's, I'm
And
a
fire.
firm believer in that one.
Fire was too, so. Fire and emergency. So,
But then, with that being said though, so if you do delete it, the next president comes in, it's all back in, and we know how that's gonna go. It's gonna be a,
yeah, I had my mechanic look at that invoice we did send just to, and like we have 6 trucks, so like we deal with this too, but we normally like our mechanic looks at it one piece at a time. Like normally it's either like the coal filter or it's the uranium filter, whatever the heck, that one thing that won't, high fuel, the high fuel energy burn off, whatever it is. But so he was thinking that Alliance might be soaking us for more than one part. And I know you said worst case scenario.
worst case scenario, and I'd ask, so what's best case scenario? Am I arguing over a $40 plant? Best case scenario was like 19,000, so it's really not much better.
Well, no, I thought because there was 4 components. One was like 9,000, one was 6,000, one was something else. So it must be they decided all 3 of them.
So the way he explained it to me, I don't know, I don't do it, but
I mean, neither.
if one was worried about pulling it apart to actually see exactly what it is, because then stuff can get contaminated, they're not fixing it and whatever. It sounds like it falls apart sometimes, which I don't know.
Yeah.
I really don't know.
Damn.
And obviously I get why they don't want to hold up a bag for, you're gonna fix it, you're not gonna fix it.
So the repairs have to be done and it has to be the full repair.
Yes.
Sorry, I wasn't there for the first meeting. Okay. And then the question that you guys had was waiting till next budget or doing now.
I think the problem with it is they were like, we need to do it right this second. And I'm like, even if they said go ahead, we weren't gonna get it back before winter was over, so. You know,
I think we packed for what, a week out there?
I think it was just kind of, I felt like it was like a hurry up and make a decision. Which is kind of is, but we didn't have snow right now, so. But this makes it seem like it looks a little bit better.
It's a nice layout.
And as far as like the maintenance one, the problem is there's, we did what, 10,000 on one truck, or 12,000 on mics, 18 on the single axles. Like, the bills are a lot bigger than they used to be.
It's like 20 grand to bring your truck to the shop.
Yeah, you used to get it back for $1,000. You don't,
That's 5 or 6.
yeah, every time you take it in the garage. It's times have changed. That's where I'm like, I feel like we're stuck going backwards.
And it seems like we're replacing more, like, again, we're doing more of this amount of emissions stuff on our trucks than like what I'm doing at work. I don't know why that is. Maybe it's because you're running different times a year, but I don't know. We want to ask them if there's a way that, like, is there something we can clean on these things to where we're not?
And I don't know, but do your truck run in the winter?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, not like you every day. We're not plowing.
I know a lot of companies just pack their truck for the winter.
We haul salt for, I mean, we're sister companies of Bear, so when Bear can't use a truck, we haul salt for them.
Oh, so you enough in the winter.
Yeah, more. But again, I have private mechanics that run this stuff too, but it's not. We have had one full emission repair. And again, we also clean ours a lot more, like because the guys might only run for 6 hours and then we do pressure wash. Bear does it too. Bear has a pressure washing station in front of their trucks. They have to wash them every Friday. Again, I don't know if that's part of this thing. I don't know if it's the system's exposed.
Truck, it's not the same as pressure wash.
But I don't know if the system's exposed different on your internationals than our Peterbilts. I don't know, or I don't know if our Kenworths are different. I don't know. I'm not the guy that I don't know, but there's something seems like, or maybe the international system's less than the other one. I don't know. I mean, you know,
I said, like last time, we really should look at the extended warranty when buying trucks. What does it cover for how long?
And maybe you can talk to some people that are dealing with these things. I mean, there's gotta be other towns that have these things. Are they going through the same problems? Because obviously when you start budgeting in an emission system every 3 years or 5 years or whatever it is.
Talk to our buddy Ross.
Uh-huh.
Talk to Ross. You must have some good insight.
I talked to them, oh, they made a little flat down in front of it to try to keep some of the stuff off from it, which is pretty easy, but mine we looked at, and we can't really get it. No room for it.
They don't make these things easier to work on anymore.
That's the problem. When I first got here, we did probably 80% of our repairs. You could. Nowadays,
You can't.
Most of it, you need a computer, you're just gonna,
Yeah,
the problem with just a
they work on it nowadays.
sensor or modules somewhere in it.
Oh, I've got the solution. We're just gonna buy old trucks. And then you can work on them and it'll cost us less.
Exactly, there's a limit to that point.
Smart move. It's also why they're more expensive than the new ones too, though.
In fact, you know, they got a million machines. The new ones, they're all piece of shit.
Anything over 25 horse?
Okay. Okay, so we need to figure out what we're gonna do. You guys had the deeper conversation on the truck, so I'm gonna let you guys lead the conversation because I wasn't privy
But
to
we
that
didn't
big
have they
conversation.
didn't have the data.
Ah, gotcha.
Yeah, the
Okay.
analysis of the highway department in general.
Got it.
But I guess the board's looking at two budget line overages. With the forecasting, we're pretty close to net zero. If we crushed the gravel with the low quote that we received, we're going to be about 6,000 in the negative. And that's overall the entire highway budget, which honestly is not that bad.
That's for this year's budget.
Correct.
And so I won't.
Yeah. So we're looking at surplus versus deficit for the end of the fiscal year.
That's not as bad as what we were looking at. I was thinking 27,000 over on the truck. 10,000 over 30,000.
That's what I was thinking.
Gravel.
Right. So at the end of the day, it's not a big difference.
Is that special, just the money that we have?
Correct.
It doesn't matter.
50,000.
That's crushing with the quotes that we received.
So, but, the $50,000 line item. You're gonna press up for that.
Jen's
Correct.
analysis.
So that would only be for 8,000 cubic yards with the quote from Percy. So it'd be 2,000 less cubic yards than the 10,000. So I guess the real question is, do you do the truck repair now? Is the gravel we have on hand sufficient for another 2 years before we would potentially crush again? Or do you delay the truck or not crush this upcoming fiscal year? It sounds like we've had some big repairs. It's a gamble. We don't know what's going to break or what storm's going to happen. These are all things that we
My
can't
only
control.
position on the gravel was like giving him the money. Like what is there an option? I don't know. This is you. You're an accountant. Can we give him the $50,000 and bring it into 2026 and still crush? Can he still crush this fall? Does he have to use that before July 1? I don't know.
It could be moved to the unassigned fund balance.
You
Yeah.
can request to carry it to the next year's budget.
We can approve that as board.
That's what I was looking. I mean, we're sitting here April saying, we got to spend this. Do we have to really spend this? What happens if something goes wrong between April and July 1?
Jen, theoretical scenario for you. We end up 6,000 in the negative over the whole highway net budget. Could the select board motion for the entire 50,000 in gravel crushing to carry over to the next fiscal year into the unassigned fund balance? Or would it be less the 6,000?
It would be, you would want to try to do less the 6,000. Because you're essentially using the unassigned fund balance to cover an over expenditure.
Correct.
It's possible I could bring it to your attention in June and we could rediscuss about appropriating unused money into FY27.
And if the truck happens to come in less,
It's great.
I think
That's
then
what
we're
I'm-
even.
That's all I'm saying. That right now, we're trying to forecast a July 1 budget for April 16th and crossing our fingers that nothing happens. When we know he has 100% of the gravel he needs right now. We have 100% of the budget unspent. Why spend it yet?
You're saying just roll it over next year? If we don't
Yeah.
need
Cut sometime in summer.
Yeah, let's just fall if you.
And maybe
I'll
fuel
agree with
prices
that.
will go down.
Fuel's gonna go down.
Might get, right, fuel will go down, might be cheaper.
I'm not saying hold the money. Don't
Or it could go
I
up.
would say don't overspend our
Don't say
budget.
that.
Like, I don't think we don't think we need to overspend our budget. If with money's there by the end of the budget, use it. But if it's not, we gotta look at what we're going.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
Fix the truck.
Yeah.
Come June, figure out what you got left for money.
I can tell you personally, I'm not changing numbers between now and June.
Truck.
If the person's gonna crush 8,000 yards, call him. Maybe he'll, I'm guaranteed he's gonna hold this number till July.
I'm more, I agree with fixing the truck now because now these numbers, we were looking 30,000 in the hole.
Right.
On
Right,
top
when we
of
talked
that.
about it a couple weeks ago or whatever it was, we nobody had any, we didn't have these numbers to look at.
Yeah, I think we all said it was really bad either way, so this looks
Well, it
better.
is bad, still bad.
Yeah, but this makes it look better. This is-
Right, it's still not great,
This is a
but-
little bit more softer than it was.
It feels good now, might not feel good July 15th, but
So I think going ahead with the truck is, I think you're asking us to make a decision. My opinion is go ahead with the truck, start with that.
Agreed.
They can get moving on it. You give them the okay.
Do we need a motion for that?
we sure do.
Yes.
I make the motion to go forward with the truck repair by Allegiant. Oh,
Okay, do I have a second on that one?
I'll second that.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. Oppose, abstain.
And if you're worried about locking up, you probably better go down and find a car wash. They got truck car wash down there, don't they?
And Allegiance? They got a wash bag.
Now the crushing, I don't know. I
So I think,
This price, I gotta wash it for you.
Now we'll fix the truck, maybe you can fix it.
so I really like the idea of holding off on the crushing and pushing it just in
later
case,
this
till after
After
the,
July 1.
I think we have a new discussion and we talk about that money, knowing that we're willing to use that money for
Come
crushing.
back and do it.
Right. I think, I
I
think,
just didn't want to miss the whole, so you're gonna do it every 4 years or 2 years. Because you.
I didn't want that either.
I just don't want to
honest.
overspend our budget. If the
Yeah.
money's there, we.
Well, that makes sense.
Correct. No, that's a good plan. I think that's a good plan. And then you'll also know what you've used too. And you may be able to just crush
Brian, you live on a dirt road.
8,000.
What do you think of your dirt road?
That was great. Better than it was when I was growing up.
I mean, I drive around, and that goes to property. I'm not shitting on
Trying to
it.
keep everybody happy.
I drive on
Right.
your roads. Your roads are not bad. We have some of the best roads. I don't care what anyone says. I drive on,
We do that, actually, we do that quite often.
and a lot of it, like our town pit is good gravel. That's a huge part of it. The gravel drains good. You got good material. The roads
They've
are
always
material.
used, even from Harvey's pit, Hyde Park's always had good gravel. Way
Remind you,
back.
you had something. When would you like me to remind you? When they're done talking?
Yes.
Okay.
However, I do want to make it clear, I do think that we should put an RFP out for the next crushing bid.
Agreed.
Because we probably should do that because we are kind of going against what we do.
Well, I
So
think it's against policy.
it is, yeah. So but you, in the past, we've never done it. You've always done it the way you did it and I'm not
But our policy
knocking that.
Our policy did just change it.
But our policy did just
But our
change, so
RFP can't go out just on the town website like our pavement did.
no, we're gonna be better about that.
Because we got
You guys said
traffic
it.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, so
There's
let's
this
remember
thing called
that we want to do
public
that.
Well, one of them.
That website's down. I reached out to Ron about it when we put out the RFP for the energy projects. But we don't just post to the town website. It goes to VLCT in the paper as well. VLCT gets a New England view from
There's
folks.
one called
Everybody in
Construction Connect is another, so
Oh,
it used to be called Works in Progress.
Yep.
So for us as contractors, when I look every single day. I look on Construction Connect.
Sure.
Or that Robert, we check it every single day. So.
Let's
And
move over to there.
Dawson just put out an RFP. We can ask them where they put their.
Oh, true, where they posted
Dawson
it.
literally just put out a
Yeah.
crushing RFP.
Comcast has had people that just walk because that's their job. That's
Yeah.
not their job.
That's me.
Okay.
I'll reach out to Morristown as well and see where they're putting things out. But the Vermont bid registry, the website's completely changed and the one they currently have is not functional. So we weren't able to put any bids out there.
Send you a link to the site that I use.
Great. Thanks.
Okay. I think we're good. Are we good? Are you good for now? That was a big discussion, but I think we're good.
I think we started here and ended here.
There you go.
Right? We're
There you
good.
go.
You don't know, he doesn't know where he ended with his temporary staff.
No, we're going to pretend we're not talking about that right now. We'll talk about that July 1. We'll talk about that when your budget's done. Find some money in your budget.
When we come back with a $15,000 surplus.
We gotta start that the week before July 1.
Okay, well, check your budget. No. Okay,
Hey, thanks for the update, bud.
thank you guys. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. So Jen, let's go back to your stuff. Approved vendor list. Just so you know, Russell, we have to approve a vendor list every year.
Okay.
So this is just like a standard thing that we do each year, for Jen.
Hey folks, sorry. Just to close out that last agenda item, what's like the final closing statement for that, for the crushing gravel?
I'm sorry, what was the question?
What do I put for the decision on the crushing gravel? I missed that, sorry.
It's on hold and we will make a decision
In the new fiscal
in the
year.
new fiscal year.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, so can I have a motion to approve the vendor list, FY26 vendor list?
I'll make a motion.
Okay, do I have a second?
Yep.
Okay.
So move.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed, abstained? Okay, perfect. Okay, tech group. Didn't we talk about this before?
No.
No? Okay.
So we, in the budget season, tried to get this quote from them. So I asked for this in like October, and it is in FY27's physical budget with an estimate of $12,000 to replace our server. However, they are recommending that we decommission our server and migrate to the cloud.
It's a great idea.
Yep.
So over time, we'll save money by not needing to replace the equipment. There's going to be 3 phases of decommission,
Okay.
and they're confident that there'll be little impact on our daily work functions with a seamless transition.
Awesome.
And
Okay.
I was just going to say, they said there's a possibility that we could save monthly in our, and like our reoccurring contract,
Oh, great.
monthly contract. So I'm not sure exactly how much that would be, but
We just went through this at work.
Move to the cloud?
Yeah, the only thing we had, there was a few programs that were like, we had purchased, like Microsoft products. that we had purchased in previous that we were no longer allowed to use because they were a purchased program. And now we have to, like, it was like $38 a month. That we
To
had
keep that?
To keep that, buy the new license through Microsoft 365. So we just might want to ask them to make sure that you're not running any programs that essentially
go to
we
the cloud.
own that can't go to the cloud. Like we had to, our construction link software was like a $15,000 upcharge.
wow.
Oh, really? Did you hear that, Jen?
Yeah, I just said, wow. The primary program that the office uses is Nemrick, and they're already on the cloud.
Oh,
But I don't know.
Your world is
I'm not sure if Kim has any programs that she runs that she could see would be a problem, but we could talk about that.
I think it's so important to be on the cloud and to have your own server.
That's
and-
100%. I agree 100%, but you just might want to start looking at those things.
sure. Yeah.
And the only downside they mentioned was if Microsoft crashes, we have to work offline and then upload
Yep.
to the cloud when it comes back online, but that's very few and far between.
Yeah.
But it looks like Kim's unmuting here.
Oh.
I was just gonna say, the only stuff that I have that's totally separate from like the Office network stuff is our Town Fusion / co-file recording system. But the tech group is aware of that because they help us monitor and manage the security of that system. And of course, all the equipment is ours now. But I will reach out to the sales guy that we had our meeting with and see if that's going to be a problem.
Okay, cool. Okay. So do we want a motion for that?
I'll make the motion to approve the tech group decommissioning and cloud migration quote for an estimated cost of $9,073.50.
Perfect. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. Oppose, abstain. Yeah, no votes. Okay. Anything else, Jen?
I just gave you guys like a quarterly, quarter 3 update on the financials. The reports are posted to the town website for the public. And everything looks like it's pretty much on target. The animal control is going to see an over expenditure of around 6,000. But everything else is like right around target.
Great.
Other than highway, of course.
Which we knew. Other than
yeah, and I just gave you like a rundown of grant reimbursements, anticipated revenues that we're going to see coming back, and then project breakdown, potential reimbursement for FEMA DR 4720 for that emergency culvert repair, all of our force account, labor, materials, equipment, and with the Boulder excavation estimated quote, all of that is around 15,000 potential reimbursement for that emergency culvert repair. We'll find out if they'll reimburse us that or not.
Great.
Hopefully soon. And then just the overall reserve balances held.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Any questions for Jen?
That's great. Thank you. This breakdown's awesome.
Okay. Moving along. You're up.
Are we waiting on warrants?
Oh, warrants. No, sorry. Did everybody look at the warrants already?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, let's have a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve the warrants.
Awesome. Second?
I'll second.
Perfect. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Great. Okay.
So we have a request to discontinue Town Highway 11. On the agenda, it also calls it Guyon Bend Drive. It's actually incorrect. It's a mapping error. So this is just Town Highway 11. It's off Cooper Hill Road.
Sorry, can you, what do you?
Request to discontinue Town Highway 11. It's off Cooper Hill Road. There's a map in your executive summary that shows you the location of a road. It goes in between two parcels, leads to nowhere. It at some point was declassified from a class 4 road to a trail. So this sits in between Mary Waltz's property and then 1053 Cooper Hill Road, which is actually across the road, but the parcel is on either side. To my knowledge, it serves no utilities, serves no purpose for us. They're requesting that the select board initiate the process, open a hearing, conduct a site visit, and make a determination as to whether or not we can discontinue. You're not motioning tonight to discontinue the road. You're motioning tonight to look at it.
Okay.
There's a statutory process we have to go through, a 30-day warning. We're notifying abutters. We'll conduct a hearing, notice in the paper, all of those things. And at the end of it, you'll issue an opinion.
Okay.
So there's a suggested motion at the end of that briefing.
You get to make them all tonight.
Okay. I move the select board initiate the statutory process to consider the discontinue of T11 and schedule a site visit and public hearing when notice to be provided in accordance with 19 VSA 708-77-717.
Sure. Do I have a second?
I'll second that.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Okay. Ron's contract.
And the next one is the contract with Stone Shore. So Ron and his municipal consulting services. We do have $5,000 set aside for contracted services in fiscal year 27. I amended the original contract that was sent out to you guys in the select board packet from 2,500 to 3,500, which leaves us 1,500. A lot of Ron's work is going to be administrative expenses on grants that we're going to be reimbursed for anyways.
Sure.
But this also provides us a little flexibility to use him for one-off projects. So that's for the rest of this year and carrying through next fiscal year.
Okay. Can I have a motion for that, please?
I'll move to approve the municipal project management agreement with Stone Shore Municipal Consulting LLC through June 30th, 2027, and an amount not to exceed $3,500, and authorize the select board chair to execute the agreement.
Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second that.
Great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, abstained. Okay, great. What do you got for us tonight?
That is.
Our CT rep. So we should, they couldn't be here tonight, so we're just going by their emails they sent, right, Justin?
That is correct. I apologize. Did you folks get the brief that I sent at all? I sent it just now, but did you get it previously?
It was a part of the original packet.
Yeah,
I did see your email come through, but it was in there.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
Then yeah, it's just
I
part of
saw
that.
these in the original packet, so.
Perfect.
Yep. So we just need a motion to appoint Nick as the RCT rep.
I will make the motion to appoint Nick as the RCT rep. Nick Launch.
Sure, Lange, I would say launch. Yeah, looks right. Yep. And do I have a second?
Yep.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. And tree warden. That was pretty cool for Corey Hathaway. So do we want to appoint him as our tree warden?
And have you folks had a contact with him beyond the email that he sent me?
I have not.
No.
Okay, because it was an inquiry, but I didn't think it's
Oh.
saying he wants it.
Oh, he's getting it. We can respond back and say we appointed him.
He said I'm interested in if the town needs, we need.
We do.
He wrote that.
Oh, but I'd like to discuss them further. Yeah, maybe we should. Maybe I should reach out. We appoint him next meeting. Do you know him? I don't know.
No, I don't, but please
I think
consider me as an
I know who he
option.
is, but I'm not 100% sure.
This is an open thing, like,
Corey Hathaway.
he says, pick me right in there. I see it.
It says pick me, pick me. Yeah. Yeah.
Could always appoint him and then unappoint him.
True.
Seems like a great resource with
You know what?
His
Maybe
career
we'll
field.
appoint him and then you can call him tomorrow and say, so based on your inquiry, this select board appointed you last night. I hope you're still interested.
happy to do it.
Okay, perfect.
I have friends who do that to me.
So, do we
Yeah,
wanna-
I'm gonna make the motion to appoint.
She's staying quiet.
oh,
I said I have friends who appoint me too.
We're friends?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you're still friends after appointing him.
What does the tree warden do? What's their responsibility?
If people have a complaint about cutting down a tree that they think shouldn't be cut down, things like that, protecting trees and stuff like that.
They constantly work with the road foreman too to monitor the right of ways.
Yes.
Or have you heard of the emerald ash borer?
No.
So
Beetle.
yeah,
Destroying all the
significantly affecting hundreds of thousands of trees in the state of
Oh,
Vermont.
okay.
Yeah.
So they would also, conduct inventories, identify trees. This gentleman seems to be an expert in forestry,
Yeah.
which would be a huge asset.
We do
to
like
the
the
town.
roadside mowing, like all the apple trees, you have to like monitor those, the fruit trees.
Right.
Dave Palumbo did it for years and then he just stepped down.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make the motion to appoint Corey Hathaway as the tree warden.
Perfect. Do I have a second?
Yep.
Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye, opposed, abstained. Okay, town clerk.
I think I cut off most of my ash anyways.
I mean, we gotta approve these liquor licenses because I go drink beer at 10 Bends, so
You do drink beer there?
I do.
Sounds like someone's
On
abstaining.
occasion. I'm abstaining, right? I'm abstaining. Definitely not opposing, no. Oh, we don't actually need to do anything, right?
You don't have to sign anything, but I think you do need to motion,
it.
correct, Kim?
Yes, there's nothing to sign. I just do need, I need a motion that specify and calls out the two separate licenses. One being the first class restaurant / bar license, the other one being the outside consumption permit.
Okay. Should we do those as one? Can we do it as one motion?
You can do it as one motion, yes.
Okay, perfect.
So I'll make the motion to approve the first license for outdoor consumption permit and the second for the first class restaurant bar license.
For
Sorry,
Scarletta Powell Ventures.
yep, Scarletta Powell Ventures LLC under the name 10 Ben's Beer.
That was, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Oppose, abstain. Okay, great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Accessor. Reaching out to the towns. Oh, Justin, do you have anything about the interlocal?
Yeah, my only I'm going to reach out to all the towns as a group. And who would you like, or who would the select board like to be the representative? Previously, it's been the chair or Chastity. Jen has been involved, and I don't recall if Alex was here with us last year or not for it, but town administrator could be as well. So up to the board.
Yeah, Matt. It's a point, Matt. I'll do it again. Yeah. Matt's like, do I? And let's include Alex as well. And Jen,
I just
Okay.
think you needed something else on your plate.
please.
Perfect. So yeah, I'll send out the group email to including you three and schedule the time for that. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
And I'll also know there's no anticipated changes with the interlocal agreement as far as I know. Just different hours for different towns because of reappraisal and whatnot. But otherwise, I don't have any changes.
Okay, cool. Okay, minutes.
Can we do both of them together, or do you guys, is everybody here?
Oh, I was not here for. Yeah, the 331.
So I will make a motion to approve the,
If this one goes 8,000, there's the $8,000. That's why I'm there.
All right, Savannah, I know you're on a roll here and I appreciate that. The 24th just need an amendment because Kim was remote, not in person. And I think in the title, I put that as a special meeting, but was not a special meeting.
This guy has a company.
you were, I'm reading the instructions. Okay, so the March 24th meeting, I make a motion to approve. Taking with the changes of taking special select board meeting out and that Kim was remote.
Okay,
I'll second.
great. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed, abstained. Okay. Now I make a motion to do the March 30th emergency meeting, approve the March 30th emergency meeting minutes. Okay, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Okay, all those in favor, signify by saying aye.
All right.
Opposed? I am abstaining on that one, Justin. Okay, so Savannah and I met with Justin to discuss the transition of him leaving and
As board clerk.
as board clerk, yep. And Alex stepping in, and then also with Steven's retirement, he'll be stepping in for Steven. So Justin I asked him to send us a list just so we kind of knew, what he did. And Alex has been working with Steven, and he's going to attend planning commission, right? No, both meetings for May and June with Steven and Justin, so he can kind of then transition into the July 1 role for that. And I don't know. Do you want to add anything? Justin, do you want to add anything?
So I'll also be meeting with Valerie Valcor from the Planning Commission on Friday at 1:30.
Okay.
So we'll be going over, she's a new clerk for the Planning Commission.
Oh,
So
great.
over the agendas with her and meeting minutes, because we weren't exactly sure how that transition would go, but she's willing to take that on. So I don't know if Alex, if you're available as well, if you'd like to sit down with us too.
Yeah.
Oh, she'll
Cool.
be great.
Yeah, and I sent out that list this evening of responsibilities, things I've done and previously did as board clerk. The only thing with the transition still is I would like to continue doing the newsletter, but other than that, I can let go and be free as a bird.
That was actually my biggest concern on that list.
Was the newsletter? It was Justin's concern when we met with him
Because so
too.
many people reach out to him that it would be, and it's such a lag, it would be a lag on.
Yep.
Yep.
And Justin's he's feeling married to it, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yeah. And then some other things to think about, like the board clerk email. Will that just be a shared inbox or will that be discontinued? So something about there.
Justin,
Yeah.
just so you're aware, I brought that underneath my email with the last round of changes we sent to IT. So I am seeing the incoming emails.
Okay. Well, mute point then.
Right, but no, good to bring it up. Anything else in the back of your mind?
Just with posting, like when we get the agendas from non-Hyde Park, energy and conservation, sometimes I send it to myself, Kim, Krista, or Alex. But I guess since Alex is already getting those emails, then no, I guess we're good.
Okay.
I'll let you know if anything comes up though.
Right. Yeah, we still, we've got a few months, so it's great to start talking about it now. So thank you.
And Justin, for the not in Hyde Park emails, we don't have to spend too much time on this, but those are not statutorily required to be posted out in public, right? You're just adding them to the website.
They are required. So that's going to be the other thing. I sent an inquiry to VLCT about who is required to have minutes and agendas and posting and so on. And they sent me a list of resources that requires me to click on every one. Well, not every one, but it wasn't just a direct answer to my question. It's like, here's where you can go to find your answers. So I'll be looking for the answers to the questions that we brought up the other day too.
Awesome.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yep.
Okay. Anything else? Matthew?
I'll
Are you sure?
just note while we're here too, at the bottom of the agenda, there were a couple items. Apologies, I don't have it right in front of me, but I will in a second. Yeah, the upcoming was recreational fields and committee, and also upcoming policy regarding animal licensing fees and interlocal ACO reporting. Just a reminder that that's down there and it's been there for a couple months now,
I know, I
I think.
don't even know why do you know why the rec fields are on there?
Yeah, because Mark and I we have a transition. We have to start figuring out what we're gonna do.
Gotcha.
There was a succession plan with the pit back when he was on the board,
Oh, okay.
and the pit succeeded the wrong way.
Oh,
So we're pulling gravel opposite of how we're supposed to succeed with plans.
okay. So we need to redo that or revisit that?
It's a 10-year plan.
Oh, okay, okay.
And it's also another thing that Mike and I disagree on, but our neighboring pit is going down another 40 feet. I
Okay.
feel like our pit could probably go down if our neighboring pit is, but there's obviously the same gravel, it's the same vein.
Right.
So I don't think we need to take away field 3 and the expenditure that costs of removing the whole rec field. But again,
Okay.
it is a process. I mean, there's probably, if it's every 2 years of crushing, there's probably still 10 years.
Oh, okay.
But we got to start looking at the succession plan.
Sure.
If we're moving a field
What's the plan?
and it's $100,000 cost.
Yep. Okay.
So.
Okay.
That was why that went on there.
That's why that's on there. Okay. And Anna, yeah, the ACO stuff. That's stuff we want to update for July 1, right? For the new fees and stuff.
It is, but it's currently in flux.
Okay. So that can stay there too.
It can.
Okay. Perfect.
Love it.
Okay.
And we'll always have possible, is it just? there
Yes,
in case we
standard.
have- perfect.
Yeah, in case something happens. Yep.
Sometimes I was like, what is coming up? But then
Yeah.
I expect something.
Yeah, and I think we talked a lot about projects and goals and not wanting to spend money and save money. So I think we're good.
Awesome.
We don't need to discuss anymore.
I'm going to pinch myself. It's 6:51.
I know. Do we have
I'm
a
just looking at
motion?
this agenda.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Okay.
Make a
Perfect.
motion tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, girls. Justin, thank you.
Thank you, everyone.